Hey beauties, welcome to the vlog. This week I'm going to be sharing with you my month 1 Zepbound weight loss results. I was very hesitant to share this, but I'm going to go ahead and share because I don't know who I may be helping. I'm removing all shame from my process. Enjoy. Hey beauties, good morning. I'm feeling super bloated, super lethargic this morning. So I thought we'd do some skincare and body care together. I got my cycle, I got my maternity house coat on because it's just cozy and it's actually cold now here in Houston. So girl, yeah, I got it on. And this is basically one of the only maternity things that I've decided that I'll keep around. Everything else I'm gonna go ahead and gift and donate, but girl, I gotta get the iced coffee in. I'm trying to get my spark back and got my little food. So we're gonna have a kind of a mini spa day. I'm gonna do my skincare routine and do my shower routine with you. Okay, beauties, we are in our office, the command center, and it's nothing spectacular, and it's actually quite tight in here because this is a shared space between Charles and I. This is where we both do our creative work, and as you can see, there are a lot of things that go on in this room. Let me prop this door open. There's a lot of organization that has to happen in 2026 because when things are organized and when my environment is organized and clean, I function better. So what we're going to do is clean up all of this mess from the other night's live stream, and then we're going to start our declutter, okay? I have a ton of things in these drawers that I need to organize. And obviously all of these things need to be put away. I've got brushes that need to be cleaned. I've got a ton of stuff over here in this corner over there that needs to be put away. So over the next couple of days, we are going to clean up, organize, start our declutter, and then after that, we're going to do our official makeup organization kind of a series. Okay, fam, let's get into my bronzer collection. We're going to go in here today. I'm going to create 3 stacks. I'm going to create a keep, a maybe, and a throwaway for sure stack. I have quite a few bronzers. These are all bronzers. There's blushes back here in the back. So I'm just going to pull from here first. These are the brand new Rare Beauty bronzers, which I really do like. I have them in multiple shades. The other 2 that I have in this collection are still, where is it? They are still like in the little thing that I put, like I set up all of my makeup in when I'm getting ready to film. So that's where they are. So these are definitely keepers. Then I have 2 of the Givenchy Prism Libre bronzers. This is probably one of my most disappointing makeup purchases of 2025. This is shade number 4. And this one is shade number 3. The issue that I have here is just the fact that the bronzers don't show up very well on skin. So I'll have more details coming, more info coming on in a future video coming up here pretty soon. I would say within the next month. So you want to make sure y'all have the notification bell turned on. I'm going to go ahead and keep these because I need these for what I need to do, my review. This is the Makeup by Mario reformulation, which he did real good. This is the shade Deep Dark. I have 3 different shades here in my collection of this bronzer. Here they go. This is like the old formula in the shade Dark, which is not very dark. And then, let's see, this is the shade Dark in the new collection. So they did make Dark a little bit deeper. And it's a pretty bronzer. It's just not something that I look forward to using. It's more of like just a straight up traditional bronzer I enjoy. If I wanted a straight up just regular traditional bronzer, velvet matte bronzer, I reach for Hung Van Gogh over these. So I'm going to put these in the maybe pile. All right, so this is the NARS Laguna bronzer in the shade 06. It's a very beautiful bronzer. Love this bronzer. I'm keeping it. These are the Pat McGrath Labs bronzers. This is, what is this called? Skin Fetish Divine Bronzer. This is Bronze Divinity. I really like this bronzer formula. It's beautiful. It's a very lightweight. The opacity on this one isn't like super duper. So you're not going to get like super duper pigment, but you would get somewhere in the middle. I do like the shades. But if I'm being honest, I was actually surprised about like, I'll show y'all. Bronze Mahogany. Lord have mercy. All right, so Bronze Mahogany. I was actually kind of surprised that this was the deepest shade in the range, but it is a beautiful neutral kind of a bronzer. So, I mean, at least there's that. It's not like overly red or anything. So, yeah, I really do like the Pat McGrath Labs bronzers. I am keeping those. This is the OG Full Spectrum CoverGirl bronzer in the shade Ebony. I really like this shade. I think the formula is absolutely beautiful. It is more of a luminous, but not too luminous. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the new Armani Luminous bronzers that they came out with a little while ago. This is what it reminds me of, but actually even better. So I'm going to keep her. These are my Guerlain Terracotta bronzers. Y'all remember her, OG. This is the shade number 7, which is warm tone, and this is the shade number 5, which is more of a neutral tone bronzer. I really did love these. They are doing hard pan, and they're extremely old, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let these go, y'all. This is the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo. This is one of my first loves in my collection in regards to bronzers years and years ago. And they don't even make this anymore. Actually, they do make a version of this anymore, but the split pan they don't make anymore. So this was the shade. I don't know. It has rubbed completely off, but I'm going to get rid of this one. All right, so this is the Gucci Soleil Eclat Soleil bronzer, shade number 5. This is the deepest shade, unfortunately. The packaging is beautiful on this one. This one actually is more red in tone, in undertone. And it's not my favorite, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it. This is the Dior Forever Natural Bronze. Came out like maybe 4 years ago now, and this is the shade number 7. I really like this one because I get the overall like everyday kind of a look. It's not too warm on my skin. They don't make this one anymore. It has recently been replaced by this one, the Jumbo Dior Forever Nude Bronze. This is a shade 40 Deep. The formula on here is superior to this one. I think I'm gonna put this one here in the maybe pile. I'm gonna keep this one. I do not like the fact that this is the deepest shade in this bronzer. That's my biggest problem that I have with the formula. Is absolutely stunning, but it's just not deep enough to accommodate. It's not an inclusive shade range, if you will. But you know, the packaging is A1. So keep this one, maybe this one. The REM bronzers. I actually discovered REM for the first time back in, I'm going to say like July, August 2025. And the first thing that I tried out from the brand were these bronzers. This is the shade Blaze. Is it? Yeah, Blazed. And this is Coconut. These are some really beautiful bronzer shades, y'all. Really beautiful bronzer shades. Love, love, love these. Keeping them. All right. So recently I tried out Milani's new makeup blush bronzers and highlights. And these are the colors. Is it Copper? Capri Copper. And this is the shade Sicilian Sunset. I really do like this formula very, very, very much. It's a beautiful bronzer that has more kind of a luminous finish. This is the shade that I would wear in Capri Copper. Definitely keeping these. Let's see. Who remembers Prime Beauty? They came out with some bronzers a couple years back that kind of had everybody in a stir, and they were called bronzers. And this is the color Glow Coast. These are extremely, extremely, extremely expired in my collection. I do think that Prime Cosmetics still exists, but I'm not 100% sure. Prime Beauty. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm going to go ahead and declutter these out of my collection. This is the Sephora Collection bronzer, the matte bronzer in number 5, Mykonos. I want to say that this collection has also been discontinued, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. The formula on this one was obviously a matte. Well, not obviously. The formula on this one was matte, but it's just not something that I looked forward to or there was anything to write home about. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. The Kosas bronzer. What is this called? I don't know what it's called, but it is made in Italy, and it is deep warm bronze. It's not my favorite on me. because it's more of a red undertone, and that's just not really what I enjoy in my bronzer. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in a maybe pile. I like to keep some things in my collection for whenever I do my reviews and comparisons and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll put it in the maybe pile. This is the Anastasia Smooth Blur Bronzer in the shade Sunset Sizzle. I really do love this formula. It's a extremely blurring soft matte bronzer. There was a lot of controversy about the shade range on this one. This is going to be more of your neutral bronzer. I really cannot rave enough about the formula on here. The packaging is quite beautiful too, although I did drop mine and it broke. So I'm going to definitely keep this. This is one of my absolute favorite bronzers in my collection. This is the Fenty Beauty Cocoa Naughty bronzer. And this is one of my favorite bronzers and probably one of the only bronzers in my collection that I have gone through completely and repurchased. And I've already got a nice little dent in there. So this is a staple in my makeup collection, and I'm keeping it. The Haus Labs bronzer. This is the shade Acacia Amber. This is more of a new addition in my collection back in, I would say, October, November during the Sephora savings event. I picked this one up and I really do love it. And the formula is more of a powdery kind of a formula, but it's kind of unique. And I really like it. And I like the color of this. Keeping it. Another newer discovery in my makeup collection is the Hung Van Gogh Soft Blur Bronzer in the shade Discipline. This is one of my favorites of 2026. Like the tone on here is like that ambery kind of a tone bronzer. And I really have been looking for something like this. The packaging is simple. The formula is nice and it just works. And I really love it for that. So I'm keeping it. These are the Physicians Formula butter bronzers. I have been having these in my collection longer than I'd like to admit. They are extremely old. I don't know that I would go out of my way to repurchase these bronzers at the moment. The formula is great. Physician Formula is just notorious for not being inclusive, and this was the case 9 years ago, and it's still the case in 2026. So I'm not going to be repurchasing these, and I'm gonna go ahead and declutter these. The CoverGirl Skin Enhancer bronzers are a really beautiful formula. Unfortunately, this one, it will work, I will say, up to NC50. This one will work. If you're any deeper than that, it's going to be a very sort of a bronze. This will work for like my NC42. Maybe NC44 can get away with it in lighter. This would be the ideal bronzer for that skin tone. This is a beautiful formula, you all. And I really do enjoy them. I just wish that the shade range was a little bit more expansive. I am going to go ahead and keep these. This is one of my favorite bronzers back in the day. This is the Becca bronzer. What kind of bronzer was it? The Sunlit bronzers. I remember when these came out. This was actually a repurchase. This is one of the bronzers that I used to go hard on back in the day. It was just perfect to me. It just wasn't too much. It was just enough. And the undertone was absolutely beautiful. So it's cracked. It's old. I have a lot of bronzers in my collection. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of her. The YSL All Hours Hyper Bronze bronzer. This is a shade number 05. One of the issues that I have with this range is that this is the deepest shade, and this is the one that I would wear. The other ones, shade number 4 will kind of show up on my skin, but I'm gonna have to really work to make it show up, and I'm not gonna make anything work at this price point. I do think it is unfortunate that the shade range on this isn't like more expansive. The packaging is A1 and the formula is too. I'm gonna keep it. This is the Cover FX Suntan Bronze. This is a monochromatic bronzer duo. These came out years and years and years ago. This is beyond expired in my collection. I am going to go ahead and declutter these. Unfortunately, it is an end of an era for Cover FX. They used to have some of my favorite complexion products back in the day. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter her in RIP to Cover FX. These are the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzers. I have them in 2 shades. I have it in the shade number 3 and I have it in the shade, no, that's the shade number 4. This is shade number 3. The colors on here are absolutely beautiful. I can use both of them. I use the shade number 3. It's like an all year round wintertime bronzer. Shade number 4 is dead in the summer. I'm on vacation and I want to look like I've been laying out on the Cayman Islands all weekend long. That's what number 4 gives. It also has a nice range on the shade number 4. This is one of the most beautiful formulas that I have in my collection, and these work very well on texture, over texture skin or fine lines and stuff like that. Keeping it. The last bronzer that I have are the CoverGirl bronzers. These are the 24-hour fresh wear infallible bronzers. This is the shade number 450. It's just a tad too light for me. And then this is the shade number 500. I really wish that these had a better shade range. I want to say that there is one deeper than this, the shade 550. The formula on here is beautiful. It's a great affordable bronzer option. Just the shade range is limited. I'm going to go ahead and keep it, especially because I love doing my comparisons and I love to refer back to the L'Oreal bronzers because it's a great formula at the drugstore. So yes, girl, let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so this is the pile of all of the bronzers that I'm definitely going to be keeping. It was a maybe on the Makeup by Mario bronzers. It was a maybe on the Makeup by Mario bronzers, the Kosas, and the Dior bronzers. I am going to go ahead and keep all 3 of those. I'm going to be getting rid of the Cover FX, the Sephora collection, Prime Beauty, the Physicians Formula, the Guerlain, the Becca, and the Makeup Forever. Those are going to go bye-bye. I have a pretty expansive, so those are going to go bye-bye. I have a pretty expansive bronzer collection, so I don't want to keep things that I'm just not going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and put my keepers away, and I will circle back in the next one, and we'll likely go ahead and do all of my blushes and cream makeup on the next one. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.